more information in the Theodore Dawes Road triple homicide as a man accused of shooting and then killing 3 men after a high-speed chase on I-10 is set to have a preliminary hearing tomorrow morning.
Defense attorneys say it's an extreme case of self-defense. Fox 10's Lee Peck is live outside Government Plaza tonight.
All right, Lee, there's going to be a lot to unfold with this case.
There really is. For starters, all parties involved are Puerto Rican natives. Again, we've talked to both sides. Defense saying this is a clear case of self-defense. They say this was an uncle coming to the aid of his nephew they say was involved in a love triangle with one of the deceased men's wives. It's been 5.5 weeks since 3 men were gunned down at Theodore Dawes Road near I-10. Killed January 18th were brothers Marco Alvarado and Christian Aponte and their brother-in-law Angel Esparra. We heard from their family early on, but it was the defense that changed the narrative. 9 days after the deadly roadside encounter, with the help of his attorney, 34-year-old Anthony Morales Rivera turned himself in to Mobile police after fleeing to Puerto Rico.
I can't remember another time I've ever taken my client to go talk to the police, but because of the language barrier, I thought it was the best thing, because I thought once the police heard, because they're big stand your ground, open carry guys, and I thought once they heard the facts of this case, it would be a lot different.
Defense attorney Domingo Soto says his client was called by his nephew, 21-year-old Ardiel Pena, saying he was being chased down I-10 by 3 armed men. According to Soto, Pena was lured by text under false pretenses and having an affair with one of the men's wives. That chase, crossing state lines from Mississippi, had people calling 911 about aggressive driving. Again, it would all come to a head at Theodore Dawes Road. Soto says Morales Rivera eventually showing up to see his nephew being beaten by the 3 men.
At some point, he tries to stop the fight with the main antagonist, and he said, "Hey, let's just talk this out." And the guys, in very, very harsh language, said, "No, it's a little late for that. You don't know who you were messing with." And he goes to his Jeep Cherokee. He opens the door and is halfway in the car, like reaching into his console. Anthony runs to his car, pulls out a weapon, and kills all 3.
Meanwhile, Pena, who also fled to Puerto Rico with his uncle, remains in custody there. He's being represented by Christine Hernandez and Shalia Tisdale, who say they believe phone records will back up a lot of this story.
He didn't go looking for trouble. And, one thing I can tell you is if you don't like what your spouse is doing, then perhaps you should go talk to a divorce attorney or go talk to someone else. But there's absolutely no reason to lure someone in for any reason to cause any amount of harm.
Guilty people don't try to clear their name.
Yeah.
Innocent people do. End of the day, someone was afraid for their life and called for help like any of us would, and unfortunately these were the results.
Now, it's important to note we do not know if the 3 men were armed. Meanwhile, we're also hearing a woman was in the car with one of them, not the woman involved in the alleged affair. So it will be interesting to see if she'll be in court. But one thing is for sure, we will have a crew there and, of course, update you on what we learned. We're live tonight in downtown Mobile. Lee Peck, Fox 10 News.